Well, hi there, welcome back to Abus and Beyond, and in today's video we have got the new T7 Multivan. VW have kindly lent us this for a week, and we have been told that a California variant of this will come soon, but obviously that's not here just yet, so we wanted to see if you could actually use this as a day van. I think you probably can. Let's check it out.
Well, first things first is the fact that this van is amazing if you've got kids. So we've got two very large car seats in here, Isofix on all of the seats, well, on all the rear seats anyway is what I should say. But look how much space there is for them.
I just thought I'd better check. Yes, there is no Isofix in the front passenger seat, just for information. What configuration is this one in?
Currently this is in the 6-seat configuration. There is a 7-seat configuration as well, where you've got 3 seats in the back. The one that we've got at the moment is the 6-seat configuration, and it's a slightly longer wheelbase van version that we have. But well, what's interesting about...
wait there.
I'm talking, I think you're fine.
The wheelbase is actually the same. All you get is a little bit extra on the back there, but the wheelbase is the same. And I've seen a couple of the short ones, and it's really weird because I actually find them a little bit awkward looking. They look like they need a longer back to them, whereas Lizzie... Can I just say, yeah, I think the long wheelbase looks weird and the shorter wheelbase looks a bit better, but... So, yeah, it's very...
Marmite.
Yeah, but... Yeah, I think it's a good looking vehicle, especially in this Flow Rider blue colour. I think it's really nice. And this one is also spec'd with the larger 19-inch wheels, which I think look great.
Whilst I sort the baby out, as you can see, there are twin sliding doors.
And these ones are electric as well, aren't they?
Yeah, they're very useful actually. Very useful.
I think you can actually kick on the bottom to open and close them. Yeah. Ooh. That's a bit fancy. Now, I'm not actually going to go too much in depth on a full review of this vehicle because there's tons of those around. I want to show you more what it's actually like to live with. There's plenty of videos where you can see what it's like all the detailed specs and all that kind of stuff. A few things I will tell you though, this one is a 2-litre TSI petrol engine in this one, so this is not the hybrid that you usually see on people's reviews. This is a 2-litre TSI, and I think they're all DSG gearboxes, to be honest, in the UK, but it is a DSG box, and it's actually really well mated. The gearbox and this engine work beautifully together. It's a really nice drive. It's 204 horsepower, so it's pretty nippy as well, but yeah, it's a really nice combination. I think if you're doing short journeys, the plug-in hybrid 1.4 petrol engine combination is probably a really nice choice because you can drive up to 30 miles on electric only, but it would be a really tough decision to make because honestly this engine and gearbox combination just works really well. It's nice and quiet when you're driving along. It's got plenty of acceleration if you need it as well, so yeah, really nice combination. What is it? Is it a train? Is it? Oh yeah, it is right down in the distance. Oh! Does that make you jump? You gonna wave? I'm going to try and take one of these seats out and use this to sit on. You just pull that tab and it goes nice and flat. So because these can be configured all over the place, you can actually put this in the middle, in between two seats, and have cup holders in between and things like that. So it's nice and versatile. You can slide them back and forth, there's rails everywhere. And there's a red tab at the back that you pull, and then that lifts them up. So it's pretty heavy, there's no question about that, and it digs into your hand actually. But they are lighter than the Caravelle seats, I believe. Let's take this around here. Right, I don't think it's going to work as a seat if you lift it up, because I think you'll just fall back. Yeah, in fact it doesn't even let you, doesn't actually let you fully open it. But it wouldn't work anyway. But you can certainly like this, like a stool. That's fairly handy. But I'm going to get the little table thing out that comes in the middle. I think it's called a multi-table, but I'm going to grab that. Again, that's just got some tabs, but it's got to be in a certain place in the van to actually get it out. So, but it's out. Right, we'll show you the different configurations that you can put the seat in afterwards. But we want some lunch, so I'm just going to take it out. There you go, there's your seat. Look at the amount of space there is in there now.
Wow, Harv, look at all the space you've got.
What a play den you've got.
A good one.
Is that good? Right, I'm ready for some lunch, but look at this table that we've got. So you press that and up it pops. Ta-da!
It's like an
Try and get it
aeroplane.
level so we can sit. Probably should have brought some chairs because these are not very comfy to sit like this, but right, and powering today's lunch is the Anker Solix F2000 portable power station. Now it's quite a heavy thing, 30 kilos, so thankfully this has actually got a built-in handle and wheels. Nice. The Anker Solix F2000 is a 2048 watt-hour portable battery. There's 10 ports. You can see you've got three 3-pin plug sockets. You've got 2 car sockets, they're 12-volt sockets. And then you've got 3 USB-Cs and 2 USB-As. Is that good? I absolutely love the display. It's a real bright display that gives you real basic information, but just all you need. And then there's even a light on the top, which has got 3 settings, and it goes pretty bright. It's pretty good. Just allowing you to see at night time when you're plugging things in. And it's Harvey's favourite button. The inverter built in to power the 230-volt stuff can operate up to 2,300 watts, so it's a real powerful inverter. It's got real top lithium batteries built in that are designed to last 3,000 cycles. So if you think charging once a day, you're talking like nearly 10 years of charging there. So yeah, real decent batteries in there. It's also got hyper flash technology, and what that means is it can charge from 0 to 80% in just 1 hour. So that's really, really quick at charging. That's really fast. Now there's currently up to £850 off on Anker Solix's website on some of their portable power stations, and that's all part of their Prime Week sale. So check out the link in the description below to see what savings you can get, and it's worth checking often as well, because there's even flash sales on where it shifts every 4 days the different discounts on different products. So check that out in the link in the description below. And not only that, but there is a price match guarantee for up to 30 days as well. So there's no point waiting now. If you're after a portable power station, now is the time. It's the lowest price guaranteed. Check out the link in the description below. Right, we're going to put this portable power station to the test. This is an air fryer, and it's a big air fryer. I mean, we're actually only going to be using 1 chamber, so it's not like it's going to be using the full power, just because we're just going to do some sausages in it. Sausages!
Oh no!
What have you got? Airplane.
Oh no!
Right, we are going to have some sausage baps, and is it just us that absolutely love rubbish sausages when there are sausages in a bap? Because yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's like sometimes with a fry up as well, you've got to have rubbish sausages sometimes. I do like good quality Lincolnshire sausages, but sometimes you've just got to have rubbish sausages. It's not that funny. Right, let's hope this works, otherwise we're not having rubbish sausages. Shall I just do them all?
Yeah.
Might as well. Look how rubbish that is. That's brilliant, isn't it? That's so rubbish, it's brilliant. Right, chuck the sausages in. I really hope this works. Right, I need to just press the button on the side of the F2000 that just turns on the AC outlets. So it'd be interesting. We're at 61%. Let's see how much power it takes. Turns on, so that's a start. And we're going to go air fry for, let's just turn the temperature down a bit. I think it's only going to take 12 minutes maybe. It's off, it's running. Right, let's have a look what power we're drawing. 1,218 watts. It currently says with 61%, it will last for just under 1 hour at this wattage. So we should get our sausages cooked, that's the main thing. But we're not going to stop there, let's plug something else in. We forgot to charge our camera batteries, so I'm going to plug them in. See the red lights on? Maybe, but it's not very bright. That seems to have made no difference whatsoever. Right, let's plug something else in. Right, so now it's actually detected that the batteries are charging. It's saying it's gone down, so maybe that's, it's 1196. What was it before? 1208, wasn't it? It's actually gone down. Strange. Anyway, we've actually got our milk prep machine, so it makes the formula into milk for Lena. She doesn't actually need a feed yet, but I'm going to simulate making a bottle up for Lena. It heats the water up to 70 degrees to sterilise the bottle, and then it adds the appropriate amount of hot water and cold water to make it nice and warm. So it is another heating element, so it's quite a big draw, albeit for a very short amount of time. So I'm going to run that at the same time as running the Ninja air fryer and charging batteries, and let's see if we can cope. Right, now press it again. So that's now at 2,000 watt, 1,990 watt, and you can see the steam coming off it, so it is actually lovely hot water, and it will, at this current rate, it will last 0.4 hours with 55% battery left. So it's only hot for a short amount of time, but it just shows that you can even boil a kettle at the same time as doing this. Look at these sausages!
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 And Mommy.
Do you like sausages, Harvey?
Yeah.
Yes.
And Mommy.
Are you gonna have? Oh, yummy! Right, these are actually really straightforward to put in. You literally just there. You know, that is how simple it is. Just drop them in, lift up the back. And the beauty of the 6-seater variant is you can actually rotate these seats round. That's what's so good about them. So you can either have, it comes as standard as 7 seats with 3 seats at the back, 2 at the front, but you cannot rotate them. For a no-cost option, you can have a 6-seater variant, which is what this one is. So you have
Hey, mate.
2 seats at the back, these 2 that can rotate round, and then 2 up at front. And then for an optional extra cost, I can't remember what the cost is, but you can have 7-seater variant, and it's a conference sort of seat package, which means that these seats do rotate round. So you'll have 3 along the back and rotating seats up at the front here. And the beauty of it is, like, you can't put the seats in incorrectly. It won't allow you to drop them in if you just think, oh, stuff it, I'm going to buy the 7-seater one, get the 3 seats and just rotate them around. It just won't let you. Plus, as well, the seat belts will be in the wrong place. If you get the seats that spin round, the seat belts are built into the actual seat. So yeah, it's clever bit of kit.
Meanwhile, I've been filming from this lovely comfy position here in my lovely 4-seat conference configuration. I think this is brilliant. There's so much space even between the seats still.
So they say it's going to be a California. Is it going to work as a California?
I actually genuinely do think it will. I do think it's big enough. I mean, this one, like I say, is the longer wheelbase, so
same wheelbase,
longer back end. So obviously you can't have the panoramic roof. Although, how cool would that be if you had a pop top, and on the pop top was a panoramic roof, so whilst you were laying there, you could see the stars. But I don't know, it'd be a bit cold probably.
Do you think it's wide enough? I think that's always the issue with these kind of things.
I do, because if you put 2 seats next to each other, there's still loads of room for what would be a kitchen, because obviously the Ocean has the kitchen in it. Obviously the beach variant, it'll be fine for. It's almost exactly like what the beach would be anyway. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they do the pull-out kitchen again on a beach California on the T7, because that's really clever. We love that design.
Now there's also an ABus California coming, and I'm more sceptical about that being wide enough than this. This feels plenty big enough. The actual height of the vehicle is lower than the T6, but overall it's pretty much the same size.
I think it's going to be very similar to what the T6.1 interior is like,
Maybe.
But it drives lovely.
Yeah, in fact that's an interesting point actually. If these engines all get carried over to the California as well, it's going to be lovely. I really envy those people. There can't be many that got a 2-litre TSI T6 California, because they made it for such a short amount of time, and that is a cracking engine. But I still think even if you had the same engine, this vehicle drives better than the T6.
So it's worth mentioning as well that where this is the 4-seat in the back configuration, it won't be like that in the California version. There'll be a bench seat at the back, and it will be the front seats that will be captain's chairs, so they'll spin round. So there'll be a lot more room that way, so you will end up with the lots of floor space that you currently get in like the T6.1 or the T6s, that kind of thing. So yeah, I do think it's going to work well.
Right, the sausages are done, I think. Oh yes!
Oh, look at that.
Sausages!
Sausages.
You're so cute.
All the beds are like approaching us now.
Oh god, they are. The Anker Solix also makes a very expensive chopping board.
Oh.
So we've had our lunch, we've got all the chairs back inside, but it's interesting, sort of thinking through scenarios in your head of how you would use a vehicle like this if you actually owned it yourself. And I think obviously you put a car seat in and it's got the big leg like ours do have. I think this is probably the easiest. If we owned it, I would probably put Harvey's car seat there maybe, and maybe Lena's car seat here possibly, just because then it's still, you can easily get to these other 2 seats. You just open that side and get in there, and then you've got 2 seats always available, possibly. Also, I'm thinking, how would I get Bentley in the back? Because have a look around the back here. Now there is obviously space for a dog here, but this isn't big enough for Bentley. He can't really turn around in here and he'd just be claustrophobic. So either you'd maybe remove 1 seat, but I don't really like that idea. I think if you remove a seat from a vehicle, you're just so unlikely to use it ever. You know, if we went up to my parents, for example, a 6-seater vehicle would be perfect if my parents were here, so like the kids' grandparents could come with us places, but we always take Bentley with us when we go up there, so I'd want to work out how you do it with a seat in here. You could probably, I think the best bet would be to fold that one down. If you have the car seats on both of those sides and then maybe just slide it all the way forward, you could probably have this space, but then you're really limited to what you can carry. So you have a parcel shelf which you can put stuff on the top, but if we're going away for a weekend with the kids, it just shows if you still want to keep all the seats in the vehicle, it's not the easiest thing to work out. Obviously you can put a roof box on and things like that, but it's just interesting playing through scenarios in your mind of how you'd actually use a vehicle like this. Comparing it to we actually own a Dacia Jogger, which is amazing. It's a 7-seater vehicle, but it's tiny compared to this, the actual vehicle. Now we remove the 2 seats right at the back, the 6th and 7th seat, because they can be fully removed, and we just use it as a big estate car essentially, and then we just pop them back in. But if you did the same sort of thing as we do with our Jogger with this, you'd have tons of space if you just had it as a 5-seater. But yeah, just playing through scenarios, it's quite interesting. You've got a 12-volt socket in the back here. You've even got a nice, look at this, a little torch that pops out. I mean, VWs have had that for quite a while, but that's quite cool. And this one is also spec'd with the tow bar. So there's a little button there. Press this button. Oh, there you go. And then it just locks in place. So you got a tow bar. So that's useful for things like tow bar mounted bike racks and stuff like that. And it just pops away, and you just literally just shove it back up. You can get the Multivan with windows, sliding windows in the side like you have in a California, but if you want to spec the tinted windows, which this one has, you can't have the sliding windows. So if you really want that and you do want opening windows but also tints, you're gonna have to do it aftermarket afterwards. The tints are really, really good. The tints are 90% reduction of light, so they're really dark, it's nice, and that's paired with the panoramic roof. Although it's really tinted, it still gives you plenty of light inside. It's really nice. Now I think this is an absolutely fantastic vehicle, but it's not all plain sailing. One thing I really don't like in the front here, I do not like this trim at all, this wood finish, fake wood finish. The entry-level model of the Multivan is called the Life spec, and this is the Style spec. And when you spec the Style, it comes with this wood effect as standard. There is no option, so you have to have that. Yeah, if you have the entry-level Life version, it's got a lovely brushed aluminium look, which is just so much nicer. Now, I was looking and thinking, if I owned one, how easy is it to change all this stuff? Because I just think it looks so dated. I think it would be okay if the rest of the interior was black, but because there's beige, this is all beige, all this plastic is beige, same on the side here. I mean, look at this here. This is a shiny beige plastic trim. I just think that looks really cheap. That paired with the fake dark wood just looks like, you know, when you're on holiday in Mallorca and you, a bit worse for wear, and you get in a taxi at the end of the night and it's often like a 1990s Toyota Previa with like beige everywhere, wood interior. I just think it looks like that, and it's just such a difference to the real funky outside with black wheels, Flow Rider blue. Yeah, I just think it'd have to be changed if I owned one of these. Maybe I'm just being a bit too fussy, but yeah. Or at least just give us the option. Let's have the brushed aluminium instead. Right down the bottom here, there's actually a wireless charger. You just pop your phone in and drops in, and it does wireless charging. Quite a few times where you start driving and it pops up on the screen to say that it started charging, and then nearly every single time it says can no longer charge device, remove it from the wireless charger, which I find is a bit strange. And the problem is that's a £430 option for one wireless charger. £430. I think that's a bit excessive for an option, and if it is going to be that much money, it needs to work, because it's not like the phone is full, it's doing that when it's up 50%. So I'm a bit confused by that. It still has these touch capacitive buttons down here which are a bit rubbish, but they do seem to be working on this one. Every time I press it, the temperature does go up, and with the volume I just find I don't need to press it because you just do it on the steering wheel. So yeah, you can see it turns down fine. It's a nice big screen, fairly responsive. You've got different coloured mood lighting, which is quite nice. That all changes colour. You've got your navigation screen, all your stereo looks nice. It's got all the different sort of artwork for each station. That looks pretty cool. And then you've also got your virtual cockpit as well, which is really nice. It's got a load of different views. You can have the map on there, you can have more traditional looking dials, and you can also change what is in the side here, so you can have a little map there and all that kind of stuff. So that's really cool. I don't know if you remember when we borrowed the ID Buzz, that had capacitive touch buttons here, which as you were turning around, going around a corner, you'd often catch something like the voice command thing and it would say, what do you want to do? And it was just really infuriating. This is traditional buttons. Perfect. Even got heated steering wheel, so that's all nice and cool. And one of the big things, if I just start the engine, those of you that have used a vehicle that's got lane assist will know how frustrating it can be. The good thing about this is all the assist stuff in the car is accessed on this button here. So when you get in the car, you can press that button, it pops up with lane assist on there, hit OK, and it's off. Dink, dink, every single time you get in, dink, and it's switched off. That is really good. It's not hidden in menus. Unfortunately, it does come back on again when you restart the car, but at least you can really quickly turn it on and off. As far as the driving position goes, it's lovely. It's van-like, but the seat gets nice and low on the floor, so it feels a little bit more car-like, and you really need to drive one to realise how much better they drive than a T6. They really do. They feel so much more car-like. You've got your gear selector up here, so it's just drop it down for drive, drop it up for reverse, press for park. So it's nice that you've not got a big thing in the middle here. You've got tons of space to put your leg when you're driving. And then if you need cup holders, you've just got some nice beige cup holders that just drop down in there. You just pop your cups in there, and then also that multi-table does slide all the way to the front here, so you can use it as a centre console as well. I should mention as well that the front seats have got armrests on both sides, and you can just alter the height of them using the button underneath, but also this is really nicely padded on here, so you actually find you put your arm on here quite a lot, which is lovely and comfy just driving along. I don't tend to use this armrest much. If you go for the style, it comes as standard with the electric sliding doors. You can spec them, I think, on the Life model, and they're really nice actually, and you even get buttons here so that you can open and close them. So we've found, while because it takes longer to put Lena in the back of the car, we put Harvey in, it's often warm, so we leave the door open, then just before we go we just press the button and shut the door. So that's quite nice. And kids love the electric sliding doors. And I'm a bit of a kid myself, so I love it.
So I just want to take a few moments to talk about the outside, because that's the bit that you're going to notice the most, obviously, as people are driving around. And you know, VW is such a scene vehicle, isn't it? So you know, a lot of people are going to do quite a lot with these. Now this is this amazing blue metallic colour. What's it called?
Flow Rider.
It's not called...
It's Florida blue.
Oh, Florida. I actually just thought you meant Flow Rider. No, it's... So it's Florida blue, this one, but you can actually get it in two-tone as well, which is really cool, and obviously very standard for what VWs look like.
Expensive though.
Yeah, it always is expensive, but I do really like this blue. I think I would spec this. And then on the style, you get this chrome bar that runs along the side, which I actually kind of like, but I guess it's kind of Marmite again. Like, I know that some companies who've got hold of these already have taken that off. Another thing to mention is there's quite a few like little aerodynamic little details that they've got. Along the sills there's some aerodynamic pieces. One thing I really like at the back is how they've integrated a spoiler on the tailgate.
Right, well, what a lovely day at the beach that was, and in conclusion, what is the Multivan like as a day van? And it's, I think it's been really good actually. It's been really interesting trying it out, and that all those different configurations in the back that you can do with the seats makes it such a versatile vehicle. And what's really interesting is, I don't know if you remember, about 2 months ago we were lent an ID Buzz by VW, again for a week, and we were really excited about the ID Buzz coming to live with us for a week. We drove it loads. We took it all the way up to the NEC, to the show. In fact, so it was back in February, so it was way more than a couple of months ago. That ended up going back with us coming away a little bit disappointed, to be honest. The ride quality grated over time, really. It just felt a little bit too crashy. Now, I know it's a really heavy vehicle, with it being all electric, and it was also on the bigger wheels, which are something like 21-inch wheels. They're massive. So yeah, we actually came away a little bit disappointed. There was that, and also little things like the capacitive touch buttons were just really frustrating. There were just quite a few things that just niggled us, and like I say, we went into that really excited. Now, when we knew that the T7 Multivan was coming to us for a week as well, we were probably a little bit underwhelmed. We're like, obviously we wanted to test it, but we're like, you know, it's just going to be a people carrier. We're not going to be that fussed. But it's had a complete opposite effect. We really don't want this to go. This has been really, really nice. We love the way it drives. This is such a big factor of this vehicle. It drives beautifully. And that's not us just bashing electric vehicles, because we own a Tesla. We know how good electric vehicles are. We think they're fantastic. So that's where possibly the plug-in hybrid, gosh, we got away from a T6. That just shows that probably the 1.4 plug-in hybrid might be the ideal vehicle for this, where you can run around most of the time on electric only, but you just have to get your head around the fact that you do need to be charging it all the time. This engine is fantastic. It's not the most economical engine, but it never is going to be compared to plug-in hybrid and electric vehicles, but it's fine. We get around about 34, 35 miles per gallon, something like that. So yeah, it's pretty good. But it's just such a really good combination with this gearbox. If you want to, you can put your foot down and get away from junctions really, really quickly. But then it's also quiet enough that you don't even, and silky smooth, that you don't notice it changing gear when you're just driving along normally. So it's really good. And like I say, it's the ride quality. The ride quality is sublime. It really is good, and that's even on this 19-inch wheels, which are the bigger wheels. I should also mention that this is fitted with the adaptive chassis control as well, so if you put it in sport, it does make it that little bit firmer, but we've just been running around in comfort. You do not need a sport mode on a vehicle like this, but that probably goes some way towards the lovely ride comfort in this. But yeah, so to conclude, we think it is a great vehicle. We've really enjoyed it. It'd be sad to see it go back, even with this beige interior. But let us know what you think. Would you buy one of these, or would you prefer an ID Buzz? Or in fact, are you going to wait for the T7 California? Because that is going to be really exciting. As soon as that is announced, we'll get hold of one of those and show you all around that. But thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it. Please hit that thumbs up button, and also please do consider subscribing, because it really helps the channel out, helps us grow. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Cheers.